Hi, I'm John D'Arman with Coquille Light Sword Group, and today we're talking about Article 16. So, let's begin. Article 16, the 2 feet. The 2 feet are the teaching that in a sword stroke you should make 2 footsteps. When you push down the opponent's sword with your sword, or evade it, or when you step forward towards the opponent, or back away from him, you should always make 2 steps with both feet. If you make 1 step in a sword stroke, you could easily become static. With the word 2, it is meant the normal way of walking. This should be carefully tried out. So, Article 16 is an excellent example of how easy it is to misunderstand written works, specifically in fencing, when they're written by somebody who knows how to fence to an audience that he assumes also knows how to fence. To the layperson, this article, if you sort of read it and kind of try and line it up, makes it sound as though you have to take 2 steps with each foot every time you swing your sword. And this is not the case at all. In fact, what Musashi is saying here is he is admonishing you against taking a single step. So in other words, if you're in range with a guy, or you're just out of range, you want to come to hit him, and you just maybe take your right foot forward, boom, and you step and you swing at him. Musashi is saying that this is a bad thing to do, because the tendency for people when they take these sort of single steps is to take 1 step that is usually quite large comparatively, and has a feeling of finality to it, like I'm just going to put my foot here, this is where it is. In contrast, he wants you to move both of your feet when you're striking. Now, does that mean, okay, my feet are here, I'm ready to hit the guy, I take 1 step, 2 step, like the normal way of walking? No. This is not what this means at all. What we're doing is, if our feet are here and we're going to strike, we take 1 step, 2 step, right? 1 step, and the back foot pulls up into a secondary step. Now you go, wait a minute, how is this the normal way of walking, right? And it's interesting because if you look at the way the article is set up, he says, hey, take 2 steps, right? And here's all the instances where you should take 2 steps, whether you're cutting, suppressing, evading, moving forward or backwards away from the guy, right? And then he kind of drops it to explain why. Oh, well, why should we do this? Because if you don't, you'll end up static. And then, almost as an afterthought, he goes, well, what I mean when I say take 2 steps is the normal way of walking. So it's very much a sort of train of thought that, again, if you're not familiar with fencing, it's really easy to confuse. But what he is saying is that whenever you step, whether you're doing ukenagashi, whether you're doing, let's say, mojiri gamai, right, and you're doing the mojiri suppression, or you want to do ukenagashi hirari, right, you're moving both of your feet, right? This is not to say that the steps are in equal size. In fact, they're generally not. The Gorin no Sho goes on to talk about this in more depth, or rather, to talk about it more clearly, which you could read. I'm pretty sure it's in the water book. So, That's that, right? It is really that simple. When you step, don't leave your foot behind. Bring it with you, right? And when you're stepping continuously, obviously, you walk in the normal manner, right? It's real simple, real easy. As always, if you want to understand this, you have to pick up a sword and go train.